Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah. This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with, looky here, Pauly Howard.
Hey, friend.
Back from vacation. We're live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Jack to be here on a Monday. Tons to get into today. Great guest, Nick Bogdanovich, longtime Vegas oddsmaker in 30 minutes. College basketball with him. Keith Yerzeri, MLB Network. Also hosting now here on VSiN as well. Very good at the baseball futures. Also, he likes some stuff on the NBA card for tonight. Jerry Palm, bracketology in college basketball. The good, the bad, and the ugly coming up. Our best bets for tonight and beyond as well. How was it? How was the week off?
It was good. I went little Arizona, little local staycation as well. Fontainebleau exceeded the hype. Thought that was great. And now we're ready for the madness. And my vacation wasn't as good as the last couple of days that you've had, though.
I'll get into that coming up in a few minutes here. What did you think of St. John's yesterday?
Impressive.
My God, this is very easy to say, right? It's, in fact, much easier said than done. If they shoot like that, like they're a Final Four team. But my God, they pounded UConn into submission yesterday. That game was over with at halftime. And they're not a good shooting team. We all know that at this point. They are elite defensively, number 2 at KenPom right now. But a version of that St. John's team, here's the problem. That version can win the whole thing, certainly a Final Four team. They're currently like a 4 seed.
Can't be. Nope, going to be better than that. And they can win the whole thing, and it was unfortunate they didn't make the tournament last year.
Yeah.
They got that wrong. But again, you just see the difference that a coach makes in college athletics.
Oh.
And Pitino called his shot. It's going to be a hot ticket. The Garden's going to be rocking like the days with Lou. And he's right. And they're phenomenal in what they do defensively. And if they shoot like that, yeah, they're going to be playing in April. And it's a great story what they're doing. And the flip side is what's going on with UConn, which the other story is what, SEC, how many 1 seeds you're going to get. But the preseason top 10, nobody knows anything. Kansas, number 1, average, can't win a road game. Might get a 9 seed. Gonzaga, they better be careful. They go to Santa Clara and San Francisco this week. They could be looking at the 10 or 11 seed. North Carolina may be lucky to get in. Baylor on that list. UConn, look at that. Those are your preseason top 10, how bad they've been this year.
How about this? If you go back before Friday night, the teams projected on the 7 to 12 seed list, right? Not that's not going to be the overall seed. We're talking about where they would fall overall in terms of being ranked by the committee. Like number 7 overall in the country at that time, it was Wisconsin. 7 through 12 all lost. Wisconsin, A&M, Iowa State. No, I know they played other really good teams. Michigan dropped Friday night. Arizona did. Kentucky lost. But that's just, especially in the SEC, a lot of these teams are going to have several losses, but it doesn't even matter because they're playing a gauntlet every single week.
Yeah, well, that's the conundrum for the committee, though, because St. John certainly has a great resume, but you can't, when you're looking at quad 1 wins, it's not going to stack up with these SEC teams, but how many opportunities they get. I mean, game in, game out, they have these great chances. So it goes back to a little bit of body of work, eye test, but also St. John's blew some of their games. Sure. That they only have a couple losses. So I would say they're better off being a 2 or a 3 seed, and give me that as opposed to these teams that have more losses but better wins. Because I think the Big East is a good league, but you can't compare it to the Big 12 or the SEC, though.
Of course not. UConn, I mean, they're going to be like an 8 or a 9 seed compared to what they've been the last 2 years. And in fact, when you look at St. John's overall resume, they are number 18 today in the net rankings. And their quad 1 opportunities, they've only played 7 quad 1 wins. They're 3-4. So that would ding them, but I still think that the potential here, like if they were to close the season without another loss, they can't be a 4 seed. They have to be. And do you know how good it is for college basketball if this team with that guy at head coach would make a run in the tournament?
Yep.
Pitino's all-time good. Phenomenal soundbite, like the attention, the ratings, the betting popularity of that team alone going to the Final Four would be gigantic.
Yeah, and that's why 4 is crazy, and we'll see what Lenardi does tomorrow at ESPN.com when he updates bracketology, because it's also the resume, the wins, and the close losses in the games that they blew as well. So they've been in all these games, and they blew the Baylor game, should have beat Georgia, and then had the close loss against Villanova as well. So who knows? Maybe I don't think a 2 seed's crazy either if they win the Big East tournament, because they're going to win this league, and if they win out, it's going to be by margin too.
Sure. I was watching that Wisconsin debacle on Saturday. They're, just playing elite basketball for the last month. Same thing. It continued for the first, 30 plus minutes of that game, up by 17. Oregon hits a couple of shots down to 9. Like Wisconsin stopped playing basketball and they lost the game in overtime. Just mind-boggling to me. But LaFonso Ellis was on the game. And he pointed out that if you go back the last 9 years, you have to be basically if you just go on trends, every national title winner was top 9 in offensive efficiency, top 22 in defensive efficiency. And then if you break it down even more than that, shooting like 36% on 3-point field goals, that was one of the criteria. I don't think every team did, but a lot of them did. And then he also added in if you have at least one projected first-round pick. Well, top 9 on offense and top 22 on defense, there are only 4 teams right now. Duke, Auburn, Houston, and Florida. And some teams on the outside of 36% of like top 20 offense and defense, but they're really good shooting teams. Clemson, Texas Tech, and Kentucky would qualify. But Kentucky's defense is too bad to actually get back up in there. Maryland's close, Missouri is close, and so is Wisconsin.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shocker who wins this, even though the SEC is so strong. But you just see how good a Missouri can play. And it's not like, let's see what the Lakers did against Denver. Okay, then Denver has the opportunity to come out and make adjustments in a 7-game series. That's the beauty of the madness. Sure. You can come in and I can shock anybody. And remember, Auburn was so good last year and Yale beat them in the first round. So when you look at how deep this is and you can make a case for somebody to come in and make a Final Four run, I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. And I know Palm was in with you, and I said in with Palm when you were on vacation. I think he's got to change his mind on Houston. Doesn't like him. I mean, how do you go 15-1 in this league?
No, I know.
And I think they beat Texas Tech tonight. I mean, there was a kind of a fluke win where they lost by 1 point, and Tech kept getting to the free throw line, which they never do. But all these numbers point to, there's only a certain amount of teams, but Duke looked great. Auburn looks good, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get a surprise and someone comes in and makes a deep run in April and does this.
Well, that's kind of the Houston thing, right? Is they've never really but they had the Final Four run that 1 year.
They've had bad luck, though, too.
But, yeah.
Miami shot like 80% from 3, and then they had injuries in the Duke game.
So you're okay? You're going to wipe a line through that and say, I trust this
Houston
because
team.
The offense is...
Yes.
I will say, the offense is much better than where it's been over the years with that guy. The problem might be the lack of big guys down low. We'll see. Mm-hmm. But they're playing at an entirely different level offensively this year, so that probably matters.
And what if Alabama gets hot for a couple weeks? What if Clemson made a run last year? How about the run Louisville's on?
I know.
There's another one, too. So based on the brackets and what the seed could be, and even you want to see Dana Altman in March? I don't. How funky is that?
9 quad 1 wins for Oregon?
What is that, tied for number 1 in the country? Now, how weird is that?
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay,
yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
How crazy is that stat?
I did not. When they put that on the broadcast on Saturday, I was like, wait a second, that can't be right. And I go, oh, yeah, it is. They have 9 overall. Mm-hmm. So everybody loves a really good gambling story. There's a lot to this. It goes back to Thursday night. Did Palm text you or call you and say, hey, we're all going to be hanging out at Bar Canada for the...
Yes.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
But you were on vacation, so you get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a bunch of us went over there to watch USA against Canada. It goes to overtime. In the first intermission, I said, I'm going to go play a little bit of video poker. So I was at the D, upstairs, high limit, found a hot machine. Did not hit a jackpot, but it was a hot machine, right?
First 2 when you come in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Against the wall.
You know exactly where it's at, right?
Yeah, very
so
good.
I was playing for a lengthy amount. In fact, it extended into the second period. I cashed out, and I never took time to cash a ticket at the D. So I still had that ticket, and it was for, is in the thousands, in my wallet the next day. So you cannot cash tickets from the D at the Circa or vice versa. So we were out late Thursday night playing craps. So I got home super late, right? And
I didn't know you played craps.
I haven't played in 18, 19 years, I don't think.
Okay.
I still don't even know what I'm doing.
All right.
So my wife had our 10-month-old all day, and he was just, it was a ruckus, right? He was total chaos. And she was just kind of pissed off at me. So I'm like, okay, on Friday, I'm going to come home right after the show, and I'm going to be the best dad that I can be. You can do whatever you want. I got Sebastian. Then Friday, the show ends, and I text her. I'm like, hold on a second here. I need to get this ticket out of my wallet because I don't want to have that much money, and I could lose it eventually. I'm like, I'm going to go to the D. I'm going to cash it, then I'm going to come right home. So in the time that it took me to walk over to the D, cash the ticket, walk back to Circa, I also had in my mind, well, before I come home for the weekend, let me just try this one machine that's been pretty decent to me over the years. And I'm going to sit down for a couple of minutes here. Plunked in that money, Pauly, no joke, I was there for 10 minutes.
Come on.
I took a screen grab, and what you're about to see here is a shot that I took at 4:29 p.m. So everything I just told you, show ends. I had to go up to the garage, put my bag in there, walk over to the D, cash the ticket, come all the way back over to Circa. That's probably 15 minutes. I hit that. I popped this bag. I was playing 10 cents. I went to 25 cents, and I went to 50 cents.
You kept getting stuff, so you upped it.
Vice versa.
Oh,
Vice versa.
Other people do that too.
It was going the other way, so I'm like, okay.
Is this Ultimate X bonus streak?
This is Ultimate X, not bonus streak.
Not
regular
bonus
Ultimate X. My game is 10 play, and I like to play double-double because I'm going for the 4 aces, and I hope to get a 4 aces with the kicker because it pays half of a royal when you get that 4 aces with the kicker. Now, here's the thing. I've had a couple of royals in my life, but the biggest jackpot I've ever hit playing video poker was, I think, $4,800. That was...
That's incredible because you've lived here for 25 years.
Yeah.
That's staggering.
So I've never popped one for even more than 5,000.
Yeah.
This thing, I'm playing for 10 minutes. I'm dealt 3 to the royal. In fact, I was dealt another spade. So I'm like, okay, I got to throw that spade away and go for the royal.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's 10 times. Bam. Royal flush right in my face. 4,000 credits times 10. So that bad boy paid $20,000 29 minutes after our show ended on Friday. So the heater continued into yesterday and then into the right before the show started. You're not going to believe the heater that I'm on. But also, I made the best move of my life after I hit that royal. I'll give you the details next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in here on a Monday. Mitch and Paul, both of us fully back here from vacation, post-Super Bowl, live downtown Las Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. So I hit a $20,000 royal on Friday night here at Circa. I was like a staggered boxer in the first 3 to 4 minutes. The processing in my brain, because again, I've hit a royal before, a couple of them, but nothing significant, nothing even close to this ever in my video poker, career. And so as the credits are rolling up and the money continues to grow on the machine, I'm like, hold on. I kept looking back and forth. Royal flush, 4,000 times 10, 40,000 credits overall. And I just realized I made the move to 50 cents. So 50 cents a push a couple of hands before this. And so I'm enjoying it, and then I didn't even try to do the math in my head because I'm smiling and people are coming around the table, or I should say the slot machine, and I'm looking back and forth, and I'm trying to wave down the slot tech. I'm like, hey, this is going to be a big boy.
Well, they're coming, yeah.
And then I realized once I did the math, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be 20 dimes here. 2 stacks of high society.
Yeah. How about the fact it's on the bottom? It's the first one.
Sure.
So you still got to crack it at 9 more. Which I know was 3 to the royal and not 4. It's also wild that you never get it when you're dealt 4 to the royal. Mm-hmm. It's usually 3, and you got the flush on one above them anyway. So.
I'm glad that you said that because I got to tell you, this one is for all the blood, sweat, and tears I poured into this game in my career. It's for and I love 10 play and I love double-double. That's my game, and I prefer bonus streak. It's for all the 3 aces that I have been dealt. It's for all the 3 deuces that have been dealt, the 3 threes and the 3 fours, and they go 0 for 10. It's for all the 4 sevens, or check that, 3 sevens that have been dealt, or the 3 to the royal, or the 4 to the royal that have been dealt in the past. And I get bupkis for it, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. This makes up for all of that. And so what would you have done after you finally realized, and it took a minute. I mean, we're talking about good 20 minutes for that thing. I never hit the button. I wanted to enjoy it. And I wanted to roll up, and I wanted to take it in real time until it paid out in full. And then it came over and paid me, obviously. What would you have tipped? What would you have done?
That's happened to me. It was a different situation because I was playing at the bar. Yeah. And I was well known, a regular, and we were in a couple shots. This was after Megabucks. I think I tipped. I got out a shot in a beer. I think I tipped 500. And then I pressed for about a week.
And was it successful?
Yes.
So I called Mike Pauly immediately. I didn't want to bother you. You were on vacation. Plus, you probably don't want to hear the news that I just popped a royal for $20,000, right?
Get out of here.
So I asked
Good
Mike,
for you.
And I'm like, what would you tip? And so we went back and forth because I had a number. I tipped 500. And then
you didn't have to do that, but not bad.
So then
that's good.
So then
it's a slot attendant.
No, I know.
They're just handing you money.
I know. But they are our people.
Yeah.
So and I play at the same machine all the time.
If you were on a bar drinking, it's a different scenario.
I don't disagree.
No.
So then I had about $374 left in the machine. I wanted to play it out to see if, because you've heard about the stories too about how the same machine will pop a couple times in a row, whatever. So I wanted to do that. It didn't. I went down to 0, and they asked if I wanted security or if I was going to keep playing, and I said I would love security. Because, again, keep in mind, I'm in a pinch here. I'm responsible for food. I told Lorraine I was going to be back immediately that night. I was a horrible husband the night before by staying out way too late for the Four Nations game, right? And Sebastian, our 10-month-old, was a wild man. So I'm sitting there the whole time. I'm like, I got to get going. So I took the cash, which they had counted out for me already. I got 2 security people here. They walked me to the garage. I tipped each of them, and I was on my merry way. I got out. I had to do it. There's no way. Mm-hmm. So thank God I was in a pinch. Thank God I wasn't drinking. None of that stuff. And I took about 80% of it and took it to the bank the next day.
Good job. Good move. Well played. The other thing, too, about the tipping, is Anthony Curtis said, or Frank B said it, too. Pro bettor Frank B, that 10% rule it came up by the workers. Right. The people in the industry came up with that number. And it's a line of demarcation, too. It doesn't keep going. Like if I hit a royal for 1,000, okay, here's 100. 2,000, here's 200. Yep. You get up to 20, 40,000, I'm not giving you 10%.
Exactly correct.
So
part of me that night, and as you can imagine, I'm reliving this moment the entire weekend. My God, I think I got about 14 minutes of sleep Friday and Saturday night. So I'm thinking to myself, partly I'm going, I just climbed Mount Everest. Like I've been playing this game forever. And how many times collectively have we all said, one time? Just give it to me one time. There's my one time. 10 times on a multiplier, and I get a royal when I've been dealt 3, and it's 50 cents or $50 a push. So I want to plant my flag at the top of Mount Everest, and when I get home, hang my boots in the garage and say I'm retired. I'm done. I'm never playing the video game ever again. The other part of me is what you just said. You pressed for about a week, and it went very well. So I ran an errand yesterday to my buddy's house, and this was all baked in. I said, I'm going to stop at Red Rock, because there's a machine that I have in my mind. I'm out for revenge now, right? All the machines that have been very naughty to me over the last year or two. I said, I'm going to get revenge on this bad boy. I stopped at Red Rock yesterday. I text Lorraine at 3:43 p.m. Just got to Red Rock. Be home soon, ... unless I hit another jackpot.
Right.
At 3:56, 12 times on the multiplier, I was given 4 aces with the kicker. So not even, I got to the parking garage. That's like 8 minutes of playing.
Now this game is really crack. Ultimate X is fun. This is Ultimate X bonus streak.
Oh, this is just, forget about it.
So if you get dealt something, then you get several cracks at it and kicks at the can. See the screen? It goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You get 6 opportunities here.
Yeah.
And that's your big boy.
And this machine was hot before I hit that. And I was only playing again for like 8-10 minutes. And I got to tell you, it was right after this, and I think I moved to 25 cents. I would have had this machine begging for mercy because they dealt me 3 sevens with massive multipliers. We're talking like 8. I think because I cracked it. If you crack it, it starts smoking, and it goes like, you get 12 on like 5 of them. It's a wild game. So if you know what I'm talking about, then you played it before. If not, it's a little confusing. You got to give it a shot once in your life. But I have like 8, 10, 12 multipliers across the screen. They dealt me 3 sevens. Imagine, what if they would have dealt me quad 7s? I didn't get it. I didn't get a single 4 of a kind. Or with all those multipliers at that point, if they would have said, here you go, here's like 3 different quad 7s, it would have been game over. Like, that's it. So that was, I gave a little bit back at Red Rock yesterday. And then right before the show started today, I'm like, they got the bonus streak here on the floor. Let me give it a pop.
Right by the gift shop you were playing?
Right by the gift shop.
You lunatic.
3 minutes. I was playing for 3 minutes at 12:05, 4 aces. And I was only dealt 2 of them. And that's a 12 times multiplier. Now that's 2,400, but I don't care. I'll take it.
Yeah, could have used the kicker.
Yeah, the kicker would have been nice.
Yeah, nice though. Yep.
Kicker would have been 6,000.
So now, I mean, you think you're at Mount Everest, but I say now you got to be like our guy Barry, and give it another couple weeks and see if you can get the sucker dealt. Because if you get that, then that's your big boy, and dealt royal on 10 play. Hello.
Well, here's what I would settle for.
You're like Vegas Matt. I know Chris Macero sent us that video. That Vegas Matt from YouTube hit a dealt royal 10 play dollar, 92,000.
Oh,
yeah,
mama.
Yeah, that's you now. That's next. Why not?
Well, I mean,
anything's possible for you right now.
I would say that if I could get look, and I'm pondering retirement. We'll see. Maybe I'll see if this heater continues for a little bit or not. But the ultimate would be obviously the dealt royal, or you know what I would take if they somehow dealt aces.
Yeah.
I would take dealt fours with the kicker, and then I just walk off into the right off into the sunset.
I'll hold you to it then. Okay, be good. Yeah, you're right. It's hard to top. Fitz said that to me after I hit for 20,000. Like, you're not going to top that one. Get a $5 royal, but then you see. Then I didn't know about Ultimate X. I didn't even know if it was. I wasn't familiar with the game, and then now you see all these dealt royals and how much you can make, and you see what your 10 times royal 20,000.
I think absolutely. Maybe the most incredible part of the whole story is the fact that I combined before I hit all three of those jackpots. I played for 25 minutes.
That's incredible. Yep.
Wow.
That and then going right to the bank with most of the money the next day. Well played. Good job. Keep them coming. Good follow on X as well. Things never slow down here. Masters, the madness, opening day, NBA, NHL playoffs, draft right around the corner. Subscribe now, $9.99. Join the team. Best bets, every host, every guest. Nigel's already up there. Premier League card tomorrow. The daily email from Bill 80. Don't place your bets unprepared. Full access, $9.99, vsin.com/subscribe. And Wes Reynolds almost did it again. Took a vicious beat as Campbell won in golf. Wes tipped the other guy. The
Pot Geeter, yeah.
Yeah.
I had him as well.
Yeah, Campbell, I mean, that's going in the trees. It's over. And it kicks out and saves him, and he wins the Mexico Open 150-1.
Yeah, I think part of this, by the way, one of these jackpots made up for him losing like he did yesterday. A lot of tweets coming in right now. Jesse said, the money will always be the goal, but the truth is, as we live by, is what De Niro said, for me, the action is the juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I got to say, I have a lot of fun playing that game. But
well, you're not expecting that one either. 4 to the Royal, yes. Something like, but
3,
you rarely get a 3, and then it's on the bottom. Yeah.
It's like it was the first round of a boxing match. I'm just like peppered with shots. And I'm like, how do I survive to the second round? And then I got my wits about me. I'm like, oh my God, I cracked it for 20,000. Nick Bogdanovich on the program coming next. We'll talk some college basketball with him here on VSiN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard with you live downtown Las Vegas, Circa Resort Casino. College basketball here. Sports Gambling Hall of Famer, longtime Vegas odds maker Nick Bogdanovich here at Circa Sports. Joins the program here on the desk. Good to see you as always. How are you?
Doing great, fellas.
How high are you on St. John's overall?
Yeah, I like St. John's a lot. Patino's done a hell of a job. You could have got a big number early on. They're down to, I think I lowered them to 28-1 this morning. We lose with them, so I got them maybe a little lower than they should be, but they're awful good, and they got everything you want for a tournament. And they got a great coach. They play really good defense, and they got some weapons that can score when they need a bucket. So yeah, they're legitimately live.
Absolutely. How about St. Mary's? What a win that was. Gonzaga's power rating is inflated and is off, and St. Mary's has been 15-1 in league, and they swept Gonzaga.
Yeah, no, listen, Bennett, the coach there, he's one of the top 10 coaches in America. It's that simple. What he's done there in Moraga is phenomenal. I almost took 200 onto them earlier in the year, and I never did. So I'd love to see them make a Final Four run. I think they can. Do they have enough to get over all the way home? Probably not, but we've seen worse teams get to the Final Four, I can tell you that.
Well, I love them in the first couple rounds because of what happened last year. They had a good team, and they lost to Grand Canyon. They didn't play well in the run they're on. You know, that's funny because your buddy Richie, you're in the will. Last week, 2 weeks ago, he said he loves St. Mary's. He recommended a future on St. Mary's. It only makes him a 6-point dog against Auburn on a neutral.
That would be a war. I think we were talking off air. I'd make it like 7.5, 8, but I mean their rate are way up there.
Good point about the coaching too, and they're peaking after a slow start in the non-conference. How'd the weekend go here for you, especially Saturday with all the action?
Oh, it was busy. We had a good weekend. Ton of action. I mean, people are finally, in November, December, January, it's still football, so everything else is secondary. So you don't see a lot of recreational play. But now that college basketball is one of the only games in town, we're starting to see some pretty good action. We saw quite a bit of volume this last weekend. So, but yeah, and the next obviously 4 weekends will be the madness. So, college basketball, I say, is front and center right now.
You know, when you guys make the next step in terms of bumping up the limits, would that be like conference tournament time?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then it will be. Okay, what do you think tonight? Houston taking on Texas Tech should be an absolute bloodbath.
Going to be a great game, right? I mean, Texas Tech won at Houston, so big revenge game for Houston. We opened 2. It's been bouncing back. They took 2, laid 1.5, so we're back to 2. Really good action. I mean, really good action on that one. So I made it. Houston won, but the only side I'd have here is Houston. That revenge angle is pretty strong, and it's baked into the number, but it's going to be a hell of a game. You got to be careful. Texas Tech's got one of their best players, McMillan. He's still questionable. He missed last game. I think it's a game-time decision. So if you're betting the Red Raiders, make sure he's in the lineup. They're going to need all hands on deck tonight for Houston.
Where do you have Houston in your power ratings? Top 3, top 4?
Yeah, top 3. Duke and Auburn, I got the top,
okay.
And then Houston. Well, actually, Houston. I have Florida a half point over Houston.
Okay.
So, but they're both like 3 and 4, real close.
Yeah. Every time I watch these teams play, like a Florida, like an Auburn, well, like St. John's on Saturday, there are some others. Obviously, I'm just like, who's going to beat these teams? Who could do what they did? But it's like I can't say that about 10 teams in the country because it keeps happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an incredible tournament. It really is.
Totally agree. Yep. When we were talking at the top of the show about, you look at all these numbers and say, okay, these are the teams, the criteria you have to fit to win it all. But an A&M, even if Kentucky gets hot from 3, the way Louisville's playing, Clemson made a run last year. I'm with you. I think this thing's wide open.
100%. Tennessee, Arizona. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Kansas looks all of a sudden finds their mojo down the stretch and they become a factor in the tournament. You never know. I mean, you got to be healthy and you got to be playing good at the right time. And it doesn't take long to start playing good. You get one or 2 games under your belt and the confidence is back, and then you get a decent matchup in the tournament. And then you get a good path in the tournament, and before you know it, you're live.
Yep.
So.
Well said. Look at a team like BYU. That's 4 straight wins, all the good opponents and back-to-back wins over ranked teams. And they could get a 3 or 4 seed in the Big 12 title game as well.
I had BYU 450 3 weeks ago. Today they're 125 and drew some money. So
sure,
you just never know.
How was the handle with USA Canada? And how did it compare to an NFL game? Yeah,
it was incredible. I would say a regular season NFL game, not a Sunday or a Monday night game, but an afternoon game. The handle was incredible.
Yep.
What was really incredible was the amount of tickets on the game. Every $10 and $20 bettor had a ticket on the game, and I haven't watched a full game on TV in its entirety in 25 years, and I watched the whole thing. So there was lots of guys like me who just wanted to see how this thing was going to shake out. It was the 2 best teams in the world, stone dead pick'em, and obviously the Trump Canada thing going on with the national anthem. So everyone was engrossed. So it was a big deal.
Was that hockey or was it all sports that you hadn't watched the game?
Hockey.
Okay,
yeah,
hockey.
I haven't watched a hockey game in its entirety in forever, unless I'm at T-Mobile, then I'm stuck there. But I'm not a hockey fan. But it got a non-hockey fan to watch the game, and there was plenty, millions like me.
Sure. Well, did you see the television ratings?
I didn't see it.
More than 9. I think it was between 9 and 10 million people watched. That's like a high college football game on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, it was incredible, and it couldn't have been any more even. It went to overtime. Dead pick 'em before and dead pick 'em afterwards. So. Great stuff.
Excellent. How about anything that's come in with big bets on MLB with
Yeah, we had a
day
little
run.
excitement today in the office. Gentleman strolled to the window and bet like 30 dimes on Ohtani to win NL MVP at 2-1. Same guy bet Mr. Soto, the second choice, at plus 750 for like 12,000. Then he navigated onto the American League, found Mr. Judge at 4-1 for about 20,000. And Mr. Witt, the second choice there, for about 12,000. So baseball's heating up. Everyone loves baseball. I mean, it's a great sport.
What do you make of the Dodger win total? I mean, I bet over 103.5. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Forget about the lineup, which is an all-star lineup. You got 6 good pitchers and stud pitchers.
Yeah, what they got, they can spend $1 billion, and the Pirates spend 880,000. So it drives me crazy. But there is no cap in the MLB, so it is what it is. So, yeah, but the Dodgers, if they stay healthy, you're going to be seeing some incredible prices in August and September, like -$4 and $5, and who knows? I mean, they may set the all-time win record if they can stay healthy. They have that much talent on their roster.
I don't think that's a crazy comment. Your advice to Mitch: would you press now after his 4-day heater?
You gotta press. When the iron's hot, you strike, but you got to realize when that iron's starting to cool and get out before you blow a good chunk back. So it's like, listen, money management is key in everything. But I do believe when you're running hot, press, and when you're going bad, cut way back.
Yeah. I've hit 2 jackpots since then.
Have you? I didn't know about that. I just got the one.
In a combined, no joke, in a combined 25 minutes of play, I've hit 3 jackpots.
Nice.
It's never, come on, it's the biggest heater of my entire life, obviously. Never going to happen ever again.
I like what you said. Let's go to $1 and $5 now. Let's get nuts.
Right.
You got bullets for March Madness.
Yeah,
you got that too?
Sure I do.
Yep. Great to see you. Great
seeing
job,
you.
my man.
Oh, by the way, do you like anything tonight?
I'd have to recommend Houston.
So do I.
You would, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a
Kelvin
fluky,
Sampson in a revenge game. I mean, it's, rarely do you get Houston in this price range, and
True.
all they do is win. So basically all you're asking them to do is win. I mean, -1.5. So.
Derek Stevens giving you 15% off at 3 great properties: Circa, the D, and Golden Gate. Whether you're hanging by the pool or enjoying all the excitement Vegas has to offer, save big. Code VSIN15. CircaLasVegas.com, code VSIN15 to get 15% off. The weather's nice. Championship, we always tell you, not the madness, championship week. Wall-to-wall action, and it's crazy at Thursday, Friday, Saturday before Selection Sunday. CircaLasVegas.com, code VSIN15. Get out here now. They also have a great viewing party for the Masters. Get on that, too. I mean, they're doing incredible stuff here at Circa.
Yep. Nick,
check it out.
Yeah, quickly, you said Kansas, who knows, they might get hot at some point in the tournament, right? So they just had a big win over a really bad team on Saturday. They play on the road against a bad Colorado team tonight. Could this be the beginning of a decent sign for that team? Because they close with that absolute gauntlet in March.
It could be. I made the game 8, so I could lay 6.5. Richie did lay 6.5. He is on Kansas. So, I mean, Colorado's shown life lately at home. They won their last 2. I think they beat Baylor their last game at home. So it's always been a strong home court in Boulder. But if Kansas is ever going to get on the run, it should start tonight. I mean, they obviously slaughtered Oak State, but if they're a serious contender, they should put in a good effort tonight.
Thanks, Nick. Win, lose, coming up next.
Last night? Wow, winning. Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
All right, Campbell, 150-1 to win the Mexico Open, which also was a bad beat in the playoff as his tee shot goes way right, but kicks off the tree and bounces back, and he's able to win. Oh, that's a killer. But congrats to Campbell, who gets it done. 1,000-1 to win the Masters, I think Jeff Sherman put up at the Westgate.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does it ricochet perfectly off the tree?
Yeah. It's $1,000,000 to 1 shot.
Oh, by the way, so West did tip Pot Geeter. Mm-hmm. That kid absolutely smokes it, obviously, off the tee.
What happened to him down the stretch?
That's the thing, right? Did he have too much time to sleep on the lead? Because he blistered the course on Thursday and Friday. He was 4 strokes up going into Saturday. And then people caught him, had a 1-stroke lead. So he's got all that time. I think he's, 20 years old to think about it the entire time. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, probably was his ultimate downfall.
College hoops, Indiana plus 170. Pounded Purdue. Arizona State plus 240. Quack, quack. Oregon plus 330. Down 15 with 7 minutes left. They beat the Badgers. Colorado plus 210. Bowling Green 3-1. St. Mary's plus 250. Controls Gonzaga on the road. Dartmouth plus 290 surprises Princeton. BYU, this was a great game at night. Plus 250, won at Arizona. Questionable officiating. Oral Roberts plus 330 and New Hampshire 6-1. NBA, the Jazz plus 290 beat Houston at home. The Nets plus 450. 11-point dogs beat the Sixers. UFC, Simon plus 250 by knockout 15-1 to win in round 1 20-1. Costa by submission 10-1 round 1 likewise. Kudalabaya submission 10-1. And Abdul Malik opened $6, closed $1,400 in his fight. Soccer, Premier League, West Ham 11-1. Surprised Arsenal. A big red card in that match. Crystal Palace plus 270 and Wolverhampton plus 450. League One, Birmingham City, the top team, Tom Brady's club. Draw against Reading plus 350. Peterborough plus 370. Cambridge United plus 340. Burton plus 350. England Championship League, Hull City plus 475. A-Rod hit a half-court shot to win a student $10,000 at the Bucknell game. You want to talk about random, right?
I would say so,
I
yes.
know, but he kissed it off the glass. They're going crazy. And A-Rod makes it, and the kid wins $10,000. Also blown away by Fountain Blue. I went to Komodo, their restaurant. Apparently, it's top 3 in the one location in Miami. Oh, what a meal this was.
I've heard great things.
You've been to...
I've been to a couple of the restaurants. Mother Wolf, great.
Mother Wolf?
Yeah, I heard the Don's Place, the Prime Steakhouse, awesome.
You ever do Popsy Steak where they bring out the suit?
I can't do that. No, too much show.
What's Mother Wolf? Italian? It is.
Roman. Yeah, it's excellent.
Wow. All the
pasta
bars
there is so good.
The bars are great.
Didn't you, that place took, what, was it 15 years to make, 16 years to make? Don't you think it's absolutely gorgeous on the inside?
Yes, I was blown away. Yep. And Mitch, I got to tell you, season 3 of White Lotus, we're up to a pretty good start. And I hate that show. We're up to a pretty good start. I know your guy Walter Goggins, though.
Here's the key.
You love that guy.
Here's the key to the show, right? Is that they now have a flipped cast.
Yes.
And no more Jennifer Coolidge bringing it down.
Yeah, Carrie Coon's on there, and I like her. Yes.
Okay, I can't speak too much to Walter Goggins because I'm an idiot.
And incredible resume.
I've never watched The Shield from start to finish, and it's like I don't know what's wrong with me. He's in that. I've never watched Justified, Billy Walters' favorite show of all time, but I've been told like his character in Justified is like one of the best characters. So whatever show he's in, he just completely takes over.
Good range too.
Okay.
Yep.
How many episodes in?
The second one was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, good start. Little surprise, a big surprise at the end of the first episode. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. Again, the big Royale with cheese for Mitch, $20,000 on the bottom there, 50 cent, 10 play. Living dangerously. Love it. And he gets it. And then the 4 aces and a kicker the next day. Dealt three aces. It comes deuce, ace, 12 times. Again, on the bottom. And it's been a while since we checked in with our guy, Barry, who likes to play at the D and Circa. Got the 2 from Barry? Look at this. Here's what you were talking about, what you were asking for. He gets dealt 4 4s with a ton of multipliers on 10 play. He got 1 kicker. Only 1. Peekaboo, top right. But then he made up for it. He pressed. He went to dollars, and he got dealt. He held the ace 10 suited of hearts, and he got it in the middle for 12 times for $48,000. Oh. I can't believe he held that, and it worked out for him. That he held ace 10 hearts, and he got the Royale with cheese
playing
for
$1.
$48,000. You're next.
Well, now I feel like I just made peanuts compared to this.
Sure. But the Pup Cup. You sent this in. I think it was a couple people on Instagram. Look at that. We're going to Starbucks. Here we go. The coffee. Can I get my Pup Cup? He coming out? Give me that. Give me 2 of them, right?
Thing.
He inhales it. Give me another one. How can I? It's Costanza with the shrimp. How many can I fit in my mouth? Look, he's got 2 Pup Cups. He puts it right down. He's hanging out of the car. Okay, you got it. What, ready to
I
go
thought you
through
were
the
going to say
drive-thru?
Costanza with the ice cream sandwich or
Did you do
Sunday.
that?
Yeah.
At the U.S. Open? Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love this tweet, too. Maybe you guys mentioned it Friday, but this came in. This is from Dan. When I become president, among my first executive orders, $200 daily fine per household per day for Christmas lights that are still on in February. I concur. No NFL mock drafts of any kind allowed until free agency is 2 weeks old. And a minimum 4-year imprisonment for slow and unalert walkers who get in the way at airports.
Well, I would say not just at airports.
I would say the same thing. Not just airports as well.
I think I could hang out with that guy.
Good list.
Yeah.
Good list. How do they survive, right? How do they make it? One lose some. You got number 8? Look at a panda sitting down.
Oh, he sneezed?
He sneezes and he goes ass over tea kettle.
What?
He goes out of apparently, I've never seen a panda sneeze before, and apparently it might have been his first time. I've never seen a panda sneeze. I mean, he's sitting down. All of a sudden, he sneezes and he falls backwards and tumbles. Look at him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He was surprised. I was shocked. Imagine how he felt. Crazy. Pauly does Vegas on Instagram. Juice Reel dropped a revolutionary update bringing transparency to the picks marketplace. No hiding your bets or faking a good record. Everyone on Juice Reel syncs their betting accounts, importing their betting history directly from the books. The days of giving fake betting records are over. You're only as good as your actual betting history says you are. They rank every bettor based on their actual record. If you're a sharp bettor and others follow your bets, you're going to get paid for helping others win, and you're going to win your bets and get paid when you help others win. Tail proven, verified winners on Juice Reel, free in the App Store. Download it today. Juice Reel, REEL. Get Juice Reel.
All right, I thought yesterday was going to be a decent test for the Knicks to maybe change my opinion on their outlook. Going on a run potentially this season. I can't get there. That's it. I'm done. I've seen enough. They're 0-7 now combined against the Celtics, the Cavaliers, and the Thunder, and they have gotten their doors blown off every single time.
Yep.
And by the way, side note, that's now 5 straight wins by at least 13 points by the Celtics.
Here they come.
And they've led by at least 24 in all of them.
Can I expand?
Yep.
Not only is it 0-7, they're giving up 125 points per game. The average margin of defeat is 21 points per game. They are 30th in 3-point defense. This is a Tibbs coach team.
That's right.
And then the big one from Cat. When Cat is on the floor against these top teams, the Knicks' defensive rating is 127. The worst rating in the league is 118.
So that's the problem, right? So the trade worked out from an offensive standpoint. It's been great to team him up with Brunson, and his numbers are not going to lie. Cat's been awesome offensively, better than he's probably ever played his entire career. The flip side is the defense is even worse than his offense is. And those numbers are right there, and it's alarming. And there's no way around it. Like, how does that possibly improve come playoff time? It's not going to be able to.
I will say it was a tough stretch, though, that they were on. Because they had that overtime game against Chicago, then the short turnaround against Cleveland where they got blitzed, and then they got blitzed yesterday, and the score was misleading. But you also have guys playing through injuries that are banged up, and the other thing is Tibbs plays these guys too many minutes. Yep. Like they're running out of gas now. Well, you just had the break. Yeah, but when you're going back-to-back games, and one goes to overtime, and I'm playing 48 minutes, that's stupid. But I know you sign up for that when it's a Tibbs coach team, but there's no need to do this.
Yeah, I over a 7-game series, it's not going to go well if they have to take on a team like Cleveland. They're going to have to at some point, right?
That would be fun. I would pick Cleveland, who's hot. I love the Hunter trade, but I know what's going to happen now if it's Boston. I mean, Boston has just eviscerated in the last 2 games.
Oh, I mean, the points per possession.
Yeah.
Against any teams in the league, any opponent for the Celtics, they kill the Knicks more than any other team. It happens over and over and over again. So I know they played on opening night. That was the first game they ever played with Cat. If you want to give them a pass, go ahead. But since then, it still has,
Well, the comeback, the Knicks fans think it'll look different if they get Robinson in there, who's always hurt. But you need your big guy down there too. But these are just staying. Remember, the numbers were so bad when it was Bridges, and now it's Cat. So now there's a couple guys on there who just have horrible. And how are you 30th in 3-point defense?
Right, I know.
That's another. So if you're playing the Celtics, good luck because they shoot 50 a game.
All right, we'll talk to Keith Irizarry coming up next. MLB Network, get his thoughts on some futures there, but also he bets the NBA and some bets that he has on tonight's card coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.